and district reporters spread across the country. We rest assured all the time we report of turn-up events as they unfold.
On the Poll Center, we'll bring you an excellent television experience with advanced graphic presentation that will give you a clear visual of the vote tallies, trends, and key turning points as they unfold live on screen.
ABC News Ghana will provide you with in-depth analysis of voter pattern shifts, regional shifts, and what the early results could mean for the final outcome of the elections.
From voting challenges to disputes over election results, ensuring our viewers understand the legal landscape.
On social media, we'll bring you live updates and key highlights from the polling stations, keeping you engaged and informed with the latest developments online.
From the streets to the polling centers, we will capture the voices of everyday Ghanaians, hear their thoughts and concerns as they cast their ballots.
ABC News is committed to unbiased, accurate, and in-depth coverage. Join us on the Poll Center for the most reliable 2024 election coverage.
Stay tuned, stay informed, stay with the Poll Center right here on ABC News Ghana Television, your election guide to the polls. On December, this is where the headlines are probed, policies scrutinized through an objective lens with an unbiased approach to every discussion. Key in to a series of pulsating conversations with the hard questions.
Why do you still want to run when you have failed?
I haven't. What do you mean by failed?
In-depth analysis of policy proposals.
If it is a temporary program, why do we want to still create another gold reserve exchange program also to address a temporary issue?
If you introduce a temporary measure and you realize that the temporary measure works and is sustainable, you have to rethink whether or not it should just be temporary.
And every agenda and positions intellectually debated to set the record straight.
Look, you still don't answer the question now. Good. Question is, if Article 78(1) is anything to go by, your ministers of state largely are supposed to come from the parliament.
Yes.
The law says that not less than 10 and not more than 19. So these are your cabinet, your ministers of state you're going to get. How do you intend to? Have you thought about managing that header?
Absolutely. If I hadn't, I probably would not get on the fray to do this.
On Focus on ABC, we focus on the matter, the personality, and the answer beyond the rhetoric. Focus on ABC shows every Thursday at 7 p.m. only on ABC News Ghana Television.
To the election. Hello there, welcome and good evening to your Poll Center for the 2024 election. You're watching ABC News. This is Prime News. I am Eric Chunibuamelo. Coming up in the headlines. The founding members of the New Patriotic Party has called for the dismissal of the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP, Bernard Entry-Busiako, over what they described as a leadership crisis of the party under him. Also in the news, about 12,000 voters to participate in special voting in Western and Eastern regions tomorrow. We will be going straight to our reporter to give us some interesting updates on the development. Also, police commences investigation into alleged basing of 88 individuals intercepted in the Western North region. Later in business, November inflation rises to 23% from 22.1% in October, according to last report from the Ghana Statistical Service. On the international front, a mystery disease has killed about 143 persons in southwest Congo. We will bring you details of these and more shortly. To stay. Welcome to the bulletin. We are streaming live on YouTube, ABC News GH. Let's get interactive with your thoughts and comments. Let's begin with the first story. And the Ghana Police Service is investigating 88 individuals who were intercepted on board 2 Metro Mass Transit buses at Bechima near Asawinso in the Western North region on Tuesday, December 3, 2024. Preliminary investigations indicate that the individuals were allegedly recruited by a man identified as Sami from various locations in the Greater Accra region, including Adenta, Oyarifa, and Medina. They were reportedly being transported to provide security at polling stations and in some constituencies within the Western North region. The suspects are currently in police custody, assisting with investigations. Still on election matters, 20 civil society organizations are demanding immediate justification from the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Madam Jane Mensah, for denying them accreditation to observe the election. The group involving Senko Human Rights Research Center, Jakite Center, GEFC, Coalition of Senko for Transparent Election. Now, ABC News GH was at the press conference and spoke with some of the disgruntled members. Well, as we try to get to the bite of the happenings, let's rather engage Adib, who is joining us on phone. He's a security analyst, to talk on the 8 intercepted individuals and the concerns raised by the CSOs. Adib, good evening. Thank you for your time. This is the latest development. What is Senko's view on the latest development?
On which ones specifically?
The 88 intercepted members.
Oh yes. I've been following keenly what is going on. Interestingly, these individuals, none of them is from the area. And I felt this is a very simple investigation to conduct. Find out where are they going from, where are they from, what their true intentions are, and most importantly, who sanctioned this. Follow up and ask the person hard questions. If the person is criminally culpable, then you deal with him. Period. Because this is becoming one too many. And I have observed a pattern of such kind. People moved from one location to another to go foment trouble in the name of looking for political power. I think we've had enough of this. And the police must be up to the task. The right things would have to be done. As simple as that.
There are some legal suit against the EC. What is to be expected in this situation?
Can you come again?
Yeah, I'm saying that there are some legal suit from your outfits against the EC. Tell us the latest development from that.
Okay, so we wrote to the EC very much in line with democratic principles, very much in line with the spirit of transparency as CSOs to observe the upcoming elections. They wrote back to us saying they will not grant us the accreditation without providing basis. We appealed. We did several follow-ups. At the point they said they would give us, but from nowhere they said they are not going to give us. So we feel that the EC is hiding something. Madam Jane Mensah is up to something. We don't know what it is. Her actions have serious security ramifications for the country. It has serious ramifications so far as trust and confidence in the process is concerned. And I think that Madam Jane Mensah, Bosman Asari, and the other commissioners have zero concern for transparency they have zero concern for democracy. And I think that is what is happening at the EC. And this is very dangerous because already there's been a lot of people talking about many things. EC wants to do this, they want to do that. So we felt that by coming in as CSOs, which is a function of governance, which is a function of democracy, would help add some level of transparency, legitimacy, and credibility to the process. But it appears they are not willing to budge. That is why we held a news conference today to get the country to know exactly what is going on and what the repercussions are.
Adib, were there any negotiations between SENCO and the Electoral Commission?
It's not just SENCO. I represent the Jetski Center for Human Security and Peace Building. There was SENCO, there was a Human Security Research Center. There are other CSOs made up of, I think, about 20 CSOs that were denied without any basis, no excuse, no nothing. So we went there. We've been following up over and over again. Even yesterday, from 9 a.m. in the morning, our people were at EC head office. They were there up until 6 p.m. and Madam Jean Mensah herself came out and saw them. I was like, oh, what's going on? You people have been here for long. Is anyone attending to you? Then they said, yes, a lady is attending to us. This is the issue. And the lady attending is one of the commissioners. This is the issue about CSO accreditation. And she was like, how many do you require? And one of the organizations was like, okay, between 50 and 100, they are okay with it. And she was like, okay, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. So they will attend to you. And the commissioner went into a meeting with Madame Jean Mensah and came out at 8 p.m., 2 hours after Jean Mensah saw the CSO reps, and said, okay, the news is we stand by our earlier decision not to grant you accreditation. Simple. And then we were like, what is the basis? What is the problem? And they were like, they have their criteria. And the representative from SENCO asked, what is the criteria? And they said, oh, CSOs we've worked with in the past. And they were like, then SENCO is overqualified because 2008 they did, and even showed evidence of the accreditation given to them. 2012, 2016, 2020, even the latest, the recent Asinov by-election, they did. So if it is by that standard, they are overqualified. Besides, there's always a first time for everything. No basis, nothing. They couldn't say anything else. So it's quite obvious the EC is up to no good. And what they are doing has serious security ramifications for the country. And it's important we rise up to the occasion and call a spade, because what they are doing is dangerous. It's irresponsible. It will throw the country into disorder if care is not taken. I pray it doesn't happen. I'm not calling for that to happen. But what EC is doing is dangerous. It's irresponsible. And we need to call them to order.
But unfortunately, we have just 2 days to the election. And what is going to be the new development from the CSOs here?
Well, with or without the EC, we are going to observe the election. With or without the EC, whatever they have up their sleeves will be exposed because we will observe the elections.
Even when they say you can't?
They don't have any right to say we can't. Every citizen has the right to observe the elections, and that's exactly what we're going to do. It is a constitutional right.
Adib, we're grateful for your time this evening. We have been speaking to Adib Sani, who is a security analyst, on the back of this. Away from that, but still on the Electoral Commission, the Electoral Commission has confirmed its readiness for Thursday's special voting exercise in the Western and Eastern region. The EC had recalled and reprinted ballot papers for these regions after a mishap was detected in the initial batch of ballot papers. As a result, the Commission postponed the special voting for 2 regions to December 5. Joining us online is our Western Regional Correspondent, Jacob Bam, to tell us the preparations on the ground. Jacob, if you're on the line, what is the latest development and expectations for tomorrow's voting process? Hello, Jacob.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, I'm asking, what is the latest development and what to be expected ahead of tomorrow's election?
All right. So when it comes to the Western region, you know, the EC called back our ballot papers concerning a mistake or 1 or 2 issues. As I'm talking to you right now, everything is set for tomorrow's special voting, which will be going on in about 19 or 18 constituencies with polling stations in the Western region. And as I'm talking to you right now, we have a total of 5,065 voters who are ready for tomorrow's special voting. So currently in the Western region, everything is in place for tomorrow's special voting in the Western region.
How about the Eastern region?
The Eastern region is also ready for that, and they are also in content that they will do the right thing for tomorrow's program. Everything is set for the special voting tomorrow in the Eastern region too as well.
Jacob, there have been some agitations over the upcoming election tomorrow. So far, if you put your eyes on the ground, what are the expectations ahead of the voting process tomorrow?
All right, so some or most of the special voters are eager to, cast their vote tomorrow, and they are hoping the process will be a smooth one, and there won't be any agitation or there won't be any issue concerning the process. And of course, since everybody wants peace in the region, in Ghana at large, they are hoping that everything will be peaceful tomorrow, and the AC will be able to deliver its work tomorrow for the voters register or voters, special voters.
And how is security preparations looking like as well in the region?
Everything is on point. I've been to 1 or 2, 3 district and EC offices, and they have police officers on standby 24/7, since most of the ballot papers are located there, and they are already there to protect the ballot papers or the ballot sheets for tomorrow's special voters.
I think finally, how many polling stations are we expected to see this voting process happening in? In the Western region, yeah.
Yes, we have about 16 to 18 polling stations here, with each constituency or each polling station having a significant number of voters to attend tomorrow's voters. And we have, in total, we have about 5,065 special voters who are ready to cast their vote tomorrow.
Jacob, keep an eye on that development for us tomorrow as well. We'll reach you for latest on that voting process. But thank you. Away from that, let's do more news here on your poll center. Through his statement, Dr. Nyaho Temoklum, who is a founding member of the New Patriotic Party NPP, Professor Frimpong Manso, former Minister for Science and Environment, and General Nuno Mensah, retired, has urged the Electoral Commission to conduct the upcoming general election impartially without fear or favor. He called on the EC to ensure that the elections are carried out with the highest level of integrity, free of any perception or hint of bias, earlier today at the International Press Center in Accra.
Stated that the EC should carry out Dr. Nyaho Temoklum addressing the media at the International Press Center in Accra on December 4, 2024, stated that the EC should carry out the general elections with the highest level of integrity. He also challenged the clergy, chiefs, and members of the Council of State to rise above silence in moments of threats to the nation. He further urged Ghanaians to stay vigilant in the upcoming general elections.
To the Electoral Commission of Ghana and its leadership, particularly Madam Jean Mensah, we issue this clarion call. History stands as a testament to the critical role of the Electoral Commission in maintaining the sanctity of our democracy. You are not the first to hold this esteemed office, and you will not be the last. The legacy of this institution has always been one of fairness, transparency, and impartiality. We urge you to ensure that the upcoming elections are conducted with utmost integrity and without any perception or trace of bias.
Brigadier General Joseph Nuno Mensah, the former Chief of Defense Staff of the Ghana Armed Forces, urged media personnel at the press conference to have the courage to speak out when they witness wrongdoing. He also noted that the military is not as strong as it was during his time as Chief of Defense Staff.
What we are going through, if we don't take care, and I've been quiet for some time because I didn't want to talk. I've been talking and people think that maybe I'm talking too much. Out of my mind. I'm not out of my mind. But you, the young ones, not the young ones, you're the present especially, have to have courage. See something going wrong, say it. Don't be afraid. That's my one of my trademarks. Doctor will say it here. I've had a fight with everybody. Even I was doing coma.
Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo, a founding member of the New Patriotic Party, has also expressed disappointment over the distribution of food by Lydia Hassan Seiram, a parliamentary aspirant in the Yawasu West Wogan constituency. He called for an immediate withdrawal from the race, adding that the hopes she loses her seat in the upcoming general election.
I mean, it was being done openly. Now, we shouldn't forget ourselves that we are in a new technology world. So anything you say, anything you do, can be copied. It was so shameful. And what hurt me most was that these people in line to go and vote was security personnel. And I didn't see one of them rejecting it. I didn't see one of them rejecting it. And what also disturbed me was that the PC, that the parliamentary candidate for that particular constituency, when questioned, she denied it. Such a person is not qualified. In fact, if it had been in a civilized country, she should have left that contest by now. The party would demand that she leaves. The party would demand that she leaves. She denied flatly that she has not been there. Why she has been captured on video. We don't need such people in parliament. We don't need such people as lawmakers. They will destroy this country. Indeed, I will pray that she loses the election. If she's still going to contest. Because she is a person you cannot election. If she's still going to contest. Because she is a person you can, that she loses the election. If she's still going to contest. Because she is a person you cannot rely on. If she's still going to contest. Because she is a person you cannot rely on. If she's still going to contest. Because she is a person you cannot rely on. We don't need such people in parliament. We don't need such people as lawmakers. They will destroy this country. Indeed, I will pray that she loses the election. If she's still going to contest. Because she is a person you cannot rely on.
You're still watching Prime News here on ABC here this evening. Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo has also been calling for the withdrawal or dismissal from the NPP's national chairman in the Ashanti region. Let's take a bite as well.
Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo and Professor Frimpong Boateng has criticized the Ashanti regional chairman, Bernard Ntwibosi, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, for divisive leadership.
And that showed a pass returning from Branza, and when it got to Kisiman, there were some people, young people throwing stones and so on at the bars, breaking some of the windows. And the narrative was that it's Otunfo's convoy. I didn't say Otunfo. I saw a bus. I can't say it was a convoy. Maybe it was. That was New Stone. And then there's this viral video. Chairman Wontumi called upon Shantis to arise. You know, it's a war cry. I mean, trying to instigate war in this country. I mean, Ghana is a very peaceful country. You all know that from history, all accounts set off, or the bone was where we all started from. And then from Kisiman, we all migrated and so on. So accounts are one people. Ashantis, Bronze, Fantis, Sevi, and we are all one people, and I don't think Wontumi can divide us. He is not looking for to declare war.
On the statement made by
won't know. It appears he doesn't know the history of Ghana. Because if he did, he won't behave the way he behaved. And in psychology, many a times when you see an individual behaving that manner, it's not a true Ashanti. I know what I'm talking about. Now, our party, the New Patriotic Party, we've had chairman for Ashanti region since the inception of the party. And they have all been.
Away from that, former Auditor General Daniel Yaw-Domelevo has waded into the food sharing at Ayawaso West Wuogon by the MP Lydia Seram Al-Hassan, describing the act as shameful.
She was given out. Who saw what is inside the bag? The content of those white bags, polythene bags, could be anything else other than food. And I think the shame goes to our police and security officers. If they are collecting that, what about if voters on Saturday are collecting money to vote? Will they have the moral authority to arrest them? When you collect food, assuming which is maybe $100 Ghana, and I also collect cash, 1,000, will you be able to arrest me? So I think it's a shame, a big shame, to these our security officers and the media and people who should know better. They are even holding it, standing in the queue. I found it very shameful. I'm like, so people are seeing, I saw prison officers, I saw others, and say, what is this? So that action should not be tolerated. I'm happy that the OSP is investigating it, and you should nip it in the bud. It's not a good behavior. If anything at all, you should gesture after the person has exercised the franchise, not before. It is once it is before, definitely it is to influence. So if two of you are competing, she has given me water, you have not given me anything. What do you think, ma'am?
And the flag bearer of the National Democratic Party's leader, John Dramani Mahama, has also been speaking on the back of the alleged inducement that happened at Ayawaso West Wuogon. Let's take a listen at what Mr. Mahama has been saying.
Na ebinmo ede enyoma abra nipa ejina santini mo omokoto aba na yede eduane na enyoma epuampo ankrofo na na saade na etiamra na emi ngwanwa se obi owo mra sabedwom a wo ye nipa ye frɛ enimonyamfo na wo kocheche eduane ne ade ema ankrofo omokoto aba da bi enya ne sa ente sa asemi o se yehwe na Omo e was omohwem na omohu ne esiye na afen so omo de omo phone eko polling booth no eko twa ballot paper no etiamra anya dia emra ema hokwan enti so obi de the phone eko twa na wo de tudwa ya dia wanhwe ya bebia wo beda no anya dia wo bepe na ne wo ho ne se ni omo de babra bia mesremo eye mu fifre ene mo bre esika pi shenkrofom pass sika shenkrofom pass eto mu yibi no.
3 days to the election, ABC remains your post center. We're back with some more news to stay. On the 2024 flag bearer of the opposition National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, has criticized the 8-year tenure of the New Patriotic Party, asserting that it has resulted in significant setback for Ghana. He highlighted the country's current economic challenges and widespread hardship as evidence of what he described as the NPP's government's poor governance of national resources. Speaking at a national mini rally in Asante Akim, John Dramani Mahama scored the ruling party 0 out of 5, attributing the nation's difficulties to the mismanagement of the economy by the current government.
Anka woni teacher Mark Ben Obemomo. 0. Meboa. 0. Yo, 0. Na Obi so say F9. But would they use 0? Na ni omuka say omo ejuma Bank of Ghana. Na sika no wo ho. Enti ehia se ebekwa akobo bosia. E dia be sisi e man. Sa amre no e ka Ghana di nyina efiri nkruma breso. Ebepem ebrea me see from efi akonya no so. Na ye ka nyina 120 billion. Nessa kana peja adru 767 billion. Enti I know your question number 2. Enti I know so asati akim sa teacher foi. Mark Ben na mobema homo. 0. Enti 2 questions.
Well, still on the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, he has been mocking Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for commissioning an electronic gate that couldn't detect his face for easy access.
And the Ghana card etoso gate say MBA or the atoso gate say MBA. And the professor Nyamekane said the digital gates didn't open for the digital man. And maybe so no Nikasa Namaka said you can do all the propaganda with digitalization you like. If the fundamentals of your digitalization are weak, the digital gates will expose you.
Away from that, the former chairman of the Hajj board, Dr. Sheikh I.C. Quain, has strongly criticized the NDC's flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama, for his recent campaign promise to reduce Hajj fares and construct Hajj villages if he is elected president on December 7. In a statement in the media, Sheikh I.C. Quain accused the former president of neglecting the welfare of Hajj pilgrims during his tenure, specifically under the leadership of Alhaji Benim and Alhaji Tanko. He highlighted the misappropriation of approximately 1 million Ghana cedis that was allocated for Hajj pilgrims. Mr. Quay alleged that many pilgrims were denied opportunities during the Mahama administration and emphasized that Hajj pilgrims were largely marginalized under the NDC government.
2009 and 2012, under the Alhaji Bennett period as Hajj board chairman, for instance, our over 1 million Ghana cedis of monies paid by pilgrims was squandered, and these pilgrims were not carried to perform the Hajj. Similar situation repeated between 2012 and 2016 under the Alhaji Tanko-led board, where some 452 pilgrims paid up but never got to embark on the Hajj, while they were not also reimbursed. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the plight of prospective pilgrims and pilgrims.
We will do some local stories, but that will be done after business news. And in business, inflation for November 2024 edged up to 32.0% compared to 22.1% in October. This was driven by increase in food inflation. This marks the third consecutive monthly rise following a 5-month decline. And the Ghana Statistical Service released the data at a news conference in Accra today, December 4, 2024. Food inflation for November 2024 went up to 25.9% compared to 28.8% in October 2024. Equally, non-food inflation went down to 20.7% in November compared to 21.5% in October 2024. In addition, inflation for locally produced items went up to 25.4% in November 2024 compared to 24.6% in October 2024. Inflation also for imported items went up in November to 17.6% compared to 16.3% in October 2024. In some more business news, Dr. Richmond Ituahene, a banking consultant and a financial expert, has called for tax cuts to be directed towards productive sector such as agriculture rather than continuing the widespread tax exemptions granted to businesses, which he urges are weakening the economy. Speaking on ABC in the morning, Dr. Ituahene expressed disappointment that despite Ghana's abundant arable land and favorable conditions, the country continues to import food. You're still watching ABC Primetime News here on ABC Ghana. Do want to also leave a thought and comment. We would appreciate it. Let's do some more stories. The governing New Patriotic Party and opposition National Democratic Congress, NDC, wind down their 2024 campaign activities tomorrow, December 5, 2024, with huge rallies ahead of the general election on December 7. The NPP will hold its final rally at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium Park, while the NDC will hold its final rally at Zurich Park, Medina, all in the Greater Accra region. It is convention in Ghana for political parties to ease all forms of campaigns 24 hours before the polls and on the day of election. During Thursday's final political event, the parties will seek to make a final push to get their supporters and other voters to buy into their policy proposal. In the lead-up to the 2020 election, the two parties had similar events as the NPP held its final campaign rally at Machiagbona in the Ododododio constituency, while the NDC held theirs at Ablekuma Brobe, Kakari Park, all in the Accra region. Some analysts and pollsters are predicting that the two parties have become aware of the critical nature of the Greater Accra region, for which reason they are once again bringing the final rallies to the nation's capital. We engaged the youth wing administrator of the NPP, Prince Sadat, on tomorrow's rally. Let's take a listen at what he had to say.
The Vice President, who is also our flag bearer, has made his message quite simple and straight to the point, that he's not going to sit in Accra and expect voters to vote for him. He's going to go to them and solicit for their vote. In fact, I have followed presidential campaigns in the last 3 elections, and I can say this is one of the best campaign rallies or campaign for any flag bearer to have run in the country over the... our party leadership have always maintained that we are going to win this election.
And the member of the planning committee of the NDC legal practitioner, Wanda Koto, shared the outline of the program with ABC News, stressing how crucial tomorrow's campaign means to the NDC.
Election, as you indicated, is that 3 days away. You will see what will happen on Saturday. Basically, the leader and founder, The leader and flag bearer of the party, of course, will grace the occasion. All senior party officials will be there. Like I said, just a summary of what has happened across the country. Just a summary. You see it for yourself. But like I said, the most important is Saturday, and we are ready for Saturday. Not just the voting, but we also protect the ballot boxes and all the coalition centers across the country. We are ready for victory to save this country from the mess of the NPP. The fact of the matter is the people of Ghana knew whatever happened on the special voting day on Monday. It is clear for the people of Ghana. Everybody saw what happened. I'm happy that the investigative bodies of this country have taken up the matter. It is not for someone to come and say, oh, it is this or that. Everybody saw what happened, what Ma Lydia did. Everybody saw it. It's so bad that this is happening in Greater Accra, an elite constituency. How? This cannot be tolerated. And I'm happy that this matter is investigated by the special prosecutor. So it's not for somebody to come and make a U-turn.
Let's go on the phone and speak with our reporter Obin Sikam to give us some reports from the Ashanti region. Obin, officially political campaigns halt or stops tomorrow, and what is the latest development from the Ashanti region?
Yeah, good evening, madam. Can you hear me?
Well, Obin, I was asking once again that tomorrow's expectations in the Ashanti region.
All right, madam. Thank you so very much, and I welcome our third viewers to the Ashanti region. Currently, I'm in the Adjustal constituency. Talking of the Ashanti region, it is one of the regions that decides who becomes the president since 1992, since our fourth Republican dispensation. And Ashanti region is also a cosmopolitan area. A lot of people from all walks of life treat their plight here. Today, ABC means I was very privileged. I engaged a lot of people here in the region and specifically in the constituency. It seems that people are very ready. They are ready. And today, too, I was very, very excited because it seems the voter now is very discerning. Gone were the days when one political party used to trend here in the region, but it seems of late the voter is now discerning. A lot of the people that I engaged, they told me emphatically, they were very emphatic that they're voting on policy. So it tells you that they can decipher between the right and the wrong. They are ever ready. We spoke to the police people who are police personnel. We spoke to barbers, artisans, a lot of people, and they are ever ready. They are ever ready, and they are only anticipating that the voting becomes very peaceful and successful. They've decided. All the people I spoke to, they told me that they are ready and they've made their decisions already, and they will never compromise on the decision they have made, on the decision they've taken. And like I indicated to you earlier, they are discerning, and they are voting on policies that can help them in their daily activities. So right here in the Ashanti region, I can tell you authoritatively, without fear of provocation, that the people, my people, are ready, and they are ever ready, waiting for the Electoral Commission, or they are waiting for the D-Day to cast their vote.
That you called me madam because you thought this was Epiphania, but away from that, this is Eric. Let me just ask you, what are some remarkable activities by the parliamentary candidate in supporting the presidential candidate tomorrow?
Sorry, I didn't get that one quite well.
Yeah, I was asking that what are the remarkable activities by the parliamentary candidate in supporting their presidential candidate tomorrow?
Well, yes, of course. Honestly, to be very honest with you, I've engaged him already, but not today. Today, I didn't speak to the parliamentary candidate, but I've spoken to him a couple of times throughout the election, and I hope you are all aware. The second lady was here, and he offered assistance to the second lady, and they are also ready. They put things in place for people who will be coming from far and near to cast their votes. I've engaged him already, but honestly today when I engage the people, I do speak to him, but I've spoken to him already, and things are in place. Honorable Kwabena Boateng, lawyer Kwabena Boateng, he took over from Honorable John Kuma, who just passed on, who is the bucket. So he is a new person, and the people know him already because predominantly the people, his family, relatives are all from this constituency on it. And God willing, Saturday I will be doing 4 constituencies. We have to be corrected though, we have almost 47 constituencies in the Ashanti region. I'll be doing the additional constituency. I'll be doing region side. So of course, for it to be a constituency, so the people should just get ready, and we are also on ground. We will do it. We will offer them a very accurate and a very comprehensive coverage. Yeah, devoid of partiality and favoritism. My sister, we are on ground, and we are ready. We are ever ready.
Looking at how preparations are booming up for tomorrow's expectations, tell us or walk us through what traders also have been demanding or looking out for.
Yeah, it's just an annual ritual. Like I told you, just an annual ritual. They are only checking the electoral commission to say today we are voting or tomorrow we are voting. They are looking forward to just hearing from the electoral commission that the electoral commission comes out to say that we are voting. Let's say, like we all know, Saturday, 6 a.m. I spoke to some people, and that one nearly skipped me. Let me chip in that one. I spoke to one lady who said she's not voting. Her reason being that she is an Adventist, and the election day is Saturday, like we are all aware, and because of the doctrines of his church, she cannot vote. She wouldn't avail herself for the voting. Yeah, and I think that is the new thing that I have to chip in. She said because she's a sabbatical and the polls will be done on Saturday, she can't vote. But apart from that one, the people are ready. The market women. Today I was in the market. I touched base with a lot of the market women. They are all ready, and I told you something.
Yeah, let me ask you this question. So we have also gathered some information that some traders within the KJT market are demonstrating, even as we against the closure of the KJT market. What is the latest development on that?
Yes, sorry, I didn't get that one well.
Yeah, I was asking that we have gathered some information that some traders are demonstrating against the closure of the KJT market. If you have gathered any information, especially as we are on the election day, apparently, if there's any updates to that, what is the latest on the back of that?
Honestly, I don't have any updates on that. I have to be very honest and straightforward. I spoke to some people. Somewhere insinuating that it is politically motivated. That is the only development that I can tell you for now. I don't have much details on that, but what some are insinuating is that it is politically motivated. And we are always with the market women. Like I was about to say, Ashanti region is one of the strongest hosts of the New Patriotic Party. They've been very committed to the NPP since 1996 or since 1992.
All right, Obing, we know you have been engaging some of the members within the constituency, so let's take a listen to what they have been saying.
Yeah, sure.
Economy na set up and some pra tiemfa nyama o omba ombe yo mani yi ombe so mu pra de ene gogo e say me toma John Dramani Kwame Maham.
I'm voting for them, the next future generation, and some things that the free education have cost them. that's why I'm going to free education.
Sure.
John Mama said when he can, he'll do some free university for the first year. And I'm interested in it. When the time comes, I will choose to go to whom I want.
I'm voting for the purpose of good governance and good policies. And the good policies that I think some of the leaders, or the both leaders, Bawumia and Mahama have brought, I think Bawumia have good policies. The digitalization that you have brought into the Ghana card, and also when you go into the education, the system, and then some of the programs that you have given, you have brought into the country, everybody appreciates it. Sure. So if you want a good leader, you have to choose Bawumia. NDC government were not able to govern the country very well. That's why we voted him out. So when you want to come back, you know the purpose why he is coming back. I mean, I think the others will not appreciate.
I'm voting, but I don't want to go back. I'll vote John Mama because of 24 hours economy. Yeah. That's my word. I'm finished. I'm going to vote for John Dramani Mahama. 24-hour economy.
Well, we do understand that the Ghana Police Service is meeting the press to engage them on expectations ahead of the election, and my colleague Derek Kumi-Kisiedu on standby. Kumi, what is the latest development from the engagements the IGP, or I should say, the police service has been having with the media? Hello, Kumi.
Hello, Eric.
Yeah, I was asking, what is the latest development from the meeting?
Okay, so as part of the preparation to ensure security in the upcoming general election, the leader of the National Security Task Force, who is in the person of Dr. George Akuffo Dampare, and some members of the Police Management Board, met leaders and representatives of the NPP and the NDC, which was done behind closed door, as both parties prepare for their final rallies ahead of the general election, which is scheduled for tomorrow. So for the NPP, they will hold their rally at the University of Ghana Sports Park, and the NDC will also hold their own at the Zurich Park in Medina. So, Melo, we all know these two political parties very well. So as part of measures to ensure there is security, law, and order for both parties, and also for supporters to be able to have their rallies without any security breaches, the representatives, both political parties, met with the IGP and at the police headquarters for this meeting. At the meeting, they discussed the need to put in place some road diversion and also road blocks to help, direct the supporters to the various locations without any difficulty. So, which the leaders of the party and the NDC agreed with the police. So the police are going to be on grounds to ensure that there is no hitches at all. So for the road diversion for NPP supporters coming, who will be coming from Adenta direction towards Legon, they will move towards Aviation and appear on the UPSA road or the Okonglo area.
Hold on. Let's take the bite of what happened, and we come back to you shortly.
All right.
Ensuring that everybody who shows up for either rally will be safe. After that work and inspection of the two facilities, the representatives of the parties were invited to a meeting at the headquarters, which meeting just ended. And at the meeting, we discussed with them the need to put in place some road diversions and roadblocks to help direct their supporters to the various locations without any difficulties at all. After deliberations with both the leaders of the NPP and the NDC, both of them agreed with the police. They were actually very happy that we had put such arrangement in place for them. They expressed their commitment to work with their party supporters, their faithfuls, to speak to them, to bring to the attention the security arrangements that have been put in place so that both parties can have their rallies. As we know, both locations are quite in some proximity, but that notwithstanding, the police are going to be on the ground. We are going to deploy sufficiently to ensure that there will be no hitches at all. So as part of the arrangement, the road diversion will go as follows. NPP supporters who will be coming from Adenta direction towards Legon, they would take left.
Kumi, if you're still on the line, tell us how many police officials are to be deployed tomorrow.
All right, Melo, it wasn't really stated, but they were saying they would deploy people, police personnel after the rallies to ensure that there is security, peace and all that as well.
Thank you for the updates. That's my colleague Derek Kumikisiedu at the headquarters, giving us some updates on what to expect ahead of the rally, the last rally between the two major political parties. Let's take this. The murder trial of Daniel Isiedu, accused of killing former Ebuakwa North MP JB Danquah, is set for trial following a retrial following a hung jury verdict. The jury of 7 delivered a split decision of 4-3 not guilty, prompting the presiding judge, Justice Lydia Osei Mafu, to discharge the jury in accordance with Section 285 Clause 4 of the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act 1960 Act 13. The court determined the verdict was inconclusive and insufficient for further action. Despite the jury's decision, Daniel Isiedu remained in custody as ordered by the judge. The case dates back to 2016 when Isiedu was arrested in connection with the murder of the late MP. Prosecutor alleged that Isiedu robbed the fatally stabbed JB Danquah at the residence after undergoing psychiatric evaluation and being declared fit for trial. When we get back, we'll give you some sport updates to stay. And in sport, Manchester United Council plans to wear rainbow-themed pre-match jackets supporting LGBTQ plus inclusion after Moroccan defender Noze, citing his religious beliefs, refused to participate. The team decided against wearing the jackets altogether to maintain unity, according to reports by The Athletic. We're back with some international updates. In international news, a flu-like disease that has killed dozens of people over 2 weeks is being investigated in southern Congo, local authorities said. The deaths were recorded between November 10 and November 25 in the Panzi Health Zone of Congo province. We're back with Timothy Dillmint News. entertainment, Debbie Nelson, the mother of rapper Eminem, has passed away at the age of 69. According to report, she died on Monday, December 2, 2024 in St. Joseph, Missouri, due to complications related to lung cancer. And that's all for the package this evening here on ABC Prime. I am Eric Trinibua Melo. Do remember that from tomorrow, the major political parties, as we've said, will campaign their final, deliver their final campaigns, and ABC will bring you comprehensive coverage on that. We remain your poll center, poised to giving you comprehensive coverage ahead of the 2024 election. We say vote and not violence. Join the news team again tomorrow.